I'm going to show you how to make these fun loops for a beaded ring that is made on a bead loom. So let's get our weave on. Okay, so first off, we're going to bring in our loom, and I guess I've got to take off my rings. So much fun, so much sparkle, and really the outcome can be so many different variations. So I'm working on a smaller bead loom, specifically the Mini Wisdom Warrior Bead Loom. And as you can see, I've already beaded my base, and I'll make sure to link to a video to show you how to do that. And I'm using a variety of Czech glass beads along with some seed beads. And then I do have let me bring that in for you. I do have a tube of some 11O seed beads. These are Toho. And then I'm just going to put like a layer of these on my mat because I'll be picking those up. And I'm also using some beading thread, specifically by Beadalon. It's a Wildfire. This color happens to be black. And I am using the Jewel Loom needle. So now that we have everything we need to make our loops, let's go ahead and take a seat here. So currently my loom is in front of me. This is my left hand and this is my right hand. So I typically have my loom in this position, and then I have all of the beads that I need over here to the right. So what I need to do, because my thread and my needle are over here on the left, is I'm going to turn the loom so that the needle and thread are now on the right side. And you'll see why here in a second. So I've split this up into threes. I've come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the 6th row. And now I'm going to take the needle and I'm going to go in to the side of this first bead and then out and in between the first and the second bead. So I'll pull my needle and thread. And you just, when you're working with a longer piece, just help to guide it so that it doesn't get tangled. All right. And then I'm going to transfer the needle and thread over to my right hand. And then here's a little tip. Let me bring in one of the rings so that you can visually see what I'm talking about. When I pick up less amounts of seed beads and a decorative bead and more seed beads, you can see how tight this looped pattern is, okay? But if I bring in this ring, look at the difference. I picked up more seed beads, a decorative bead, and then again, more seed beads. So you really do get an entirely different look based on how many seed beads you pick up. So if you want a really tight look so that your loops are not going everywhere, then you would just pick up like maybe 3 or 4 seed beads, a decorative bead, and then 3 or 4 more seed beads. What is a decorative bead, Jules? Well, that's what I refer to as my palette over here, right? So I call these decorative beads. Typically, they're your glass beads, whatever shape, style, something other than a seed bead. So when I say decorative bead, this is what I'm referring to. So again, the more seed beads you pick up, the floppier and bigger your ring, and the less you pick up, the tighter the loop will be. Okay, so with that said, I am going to pick up, let's see here, we'll pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 4, and then I'll grab a little fire polish bead right there. You can absolutely go from tight loops to loopy loops. You don't have to have all the same look. So let's see, 3, 4. Okay, then I'm going to make sure that those go over the eye of the needle, help those to go all the way down the thread, and then I'm going to take the needle and I'm coming back through that first bead on the right side. The needle's going through that second bead, and then it's going to come out and in between that third and fourth bead. And then once again, I just like to help guide the loop. And this is where the magic starts. So here's our first loop. Isn't that beautiful? Let me see, I want to make sure that's our first loop. Very cool. So let me add, well, you know what, I'm going to keep this consistent. So let's do the first row with just 4 seed beads. So 2, 3, 4, and I'll grab another fire polish, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So this time I'm going to go back to the right side of that bead, that third bead right there, and then out all the way. And then this is going to create our second loop. All right, so let's bring that up to the camera. And so now we have our first 2 loops. So I'm going to turn it so that I'm starting on the right side over here. And this time I want to get the outside bead. I want to loop over here on the outside. So I'll come up in between that first and second bead. All right, and then let's pick up more. Let's get wild. We'll do 1, 2, well, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7 for giggles. So we'll do 7, and then we're going to pick up, ooh, this is a cool bead, like a little drop. Let's pick up that little drop. And then 7 more seed beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to let those drop all the way to the bottom here. And then I'm going to take the needle and I go back through the right side of that bead, and I'm going to come out. This time I'm going to come all the way out. Let's just put 2 loops on each end here. Let's see how that looks. And then you'll see the difference too from picking up 4 seed beads to picking up 7. So look at the difference there. See how much taller that one is, how it like sticks out from the base. Okay, so let's do another one on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see. Oh my gosh, we have so many beads. What do we got? What do we got? We could do a cool bugle. Let's do a bugle. That's like a little 1/4 of an inch bugle. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and make sure they go over the eye of the needle, and we'll let that all fall down. And then again, I'm going to go to the right side, of that bead. Yep, there we go. And I just want to help guide because I've got like a lot of Wildfire beading thread, so I just want to really help to guide that. Okay. Now at any point, like, let's see, let's bring in, you know, I'm using some smaller decorative beads, but look at these big chunky monkeys. I mean, these are big guys. So you could definitely, you know, do a variety. This is a little, that's probably a little 4mm fire polish. And then, I mean, you go all the way up here and you've got this cool, like a dagger. I mean, that's really cool. This ring is like, I love this ring. So much fun. So much fun. So lots of options with the different beads. So again, I want to come over here, turn the loom, and I'm going to go through the first, let me see, I'm got to get a feel for how this is gonna, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Okay, I want to come into the first, and I'm going to go through the second, and then I'm going to come out in between the second and the third bead, and we'll pull that. And this time, what do I want to pick up? I'm going to pick up 5. So I'm just doing like a variety of seed beads, you know, like I've done 4, I've done 7, now I'm doing 5. You could stay consistent, you know, if you want, like that's cool. I'm going to pick up a bigger bead. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want to get to the right side of that bead. And okay, I'm going to come all the way out. Let's see how I like that. Okay. All right, that's cool. All right, so I'll put a loop over here to the side as well. So one right over here. Just want to make sure we're nice and in the camera. Awesome. Okay, so let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I feel like it should be, yeah, let's do silk. Ooh, that's gonna fall. That's gonna go over, but that could be cool, but I'm not sure. So I'm gonna, the hole on that's a little bit bigger than I want to do right now. What's going on with this guy? Okay, this one's good. Let's pick up this one. And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure they go over the eye of the needle. And back to the right side of that bead, helping to guide the thread. And boom, we got, oh, this is really cool. Very, very cool. I love metallics. Okay, then I'm turning it again because I always want to be over here on the right side. Let's see, where's, once you do the big beads though, you kind of have to like peek over because they just get so tall. Okay, so I'm going to come out on the first one over here. All right, and let's see. So 1, 2, 3. Do we want to go back to 4s? I think I'm going to stick with 5. So 5. Ooh, what is that? That's gorgeous. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where that meditative state comes in because it's just so peaceful, like you're working on your project and you're scooping up the beads and you're making these loops, and it's very repetitive, and so you can just kind of really enjoy that rhythm. Let's do another loop. So again, I'm picking up, these are 5s, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so many gorgeous beads. Which ones to choose? Let's get this guy. That's pretty. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then again, I'm going to go on the right side of the bead and all the way out. Now, when all of this is done and you're like, oh gosh, I wish I would have put a loop, one more loop. Like let's take a look. Let me see if I'm feeling that, because I kind of, okay, see, I feel like there needs to be a loop. Where is it? Right there, maybe? Okay, let me turn this. So I'm going to go back up. So I just want to empower you to know that, like, you can add extra, like an extra, wait, is it there? This is 1, and this is 2. Yeah, right? 2. Okay, so I want to put a loop right here for giggles. So let's go back up and put a loop. So basically I just want to let you know that you can kind of go back, not kind of, you can go back and say, hey, you know what? I really wish I would have done 3 loops on that row. And even when you're totally done, you can weave back through and do it. So was that a 5? Yeah, that was a 5. So 5. And what kind of bead do I want there? I feel like it should be one of these darker, shinier. Yeah, let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, just make sure the beads go over the eye of the needle. I keep repeating that because there are times when sometimes your seed beads are not going to be, you know, their hole might not be all the way drilled through something, and they're not, and they don't go over the needle, the eye of the needle, and then that could just be frustrating. So what I've got to do is I'm going to go back through that bead, all right, and then I'm going to go back all the way through that whole row because I've got to get back to where I was. So let's get that extra loop in there. See? Awesome. Okay. Okay, good stuff. And then I've got to turn because I got to figure out, like, where am I at? Okay, so I got to get back up here to where I was. I almost got to stand up for this one because my ring is getting loopy. Okay, so I got to get back into here. There we go. And you know what? I feel like there probably should be a loop right there. So anyway, I mean, you could pre-plan a little bit better if you wanted. I think once you start to do your rings, you'll have a little bit better of an idea of like how many loops you want. But I would just want to, like I said, empower you so that you know, like you could be looping along, beading along, and then realize that, you know, you want more loops, and that's okay. All right, so what do we want to put there? I feel like it again. Ooh, look at that teal bead. Come to mama. All right. Okay, so let's get that one picked up. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I know a lot of you are like, well, Jules, you're over here on the left-hand side. Yeah, I am. But I had to do that because I went back and added that extra loop. I mean, in the end, I hope that you've been watching and you see that basically the technique is that you're always in this looping motion, right? And so the ultimate goal is to have these loops. And so, yeah, so we're good. All right. So now we'll get back to the right side. This ring is to die for. Okay, now I turn myself back around. And what I can see is that I definitely want to put one here on that first bead. And I think it's going to be a long one. So I'm going to pick up 7 seed beads. All right, so let's go ahead and pick up 7 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's look at our color palette. What could we use? What could we use? Ooh, that's a little sparkle. So let's do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure everybody goes over the eye, back through the right side. Yep, back through the right side. And then I'm going to come out. Let me see what I'm liking here. I kind of think, do I need one in the middle? Let's come out the third, and between the third and the fourth. Let's see how this is going. Okay, super pretty. And let's do another long one. So 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what kind of balance do we need over here? Should we do another copper? This guy looks a little smaller. Let's do that. So 1, 1, 2, 3, pick up some stragglers, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then again, we're going to go through the right side and all the way out. Okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Definitely looks like I might need to do one on, let's put a shorter one. Let's do 4. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, do we need that color over here? Ooh, that's pretty. 1, 2, whoops, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and back through the right side and all the way out. Okay, awesome. How's this looking? Oh, so fun, so pretty. All right, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got a couple more rows. So let's turn this around, and I'm gonna come up and in between that first and second. So hopefully too, you're kind of seeing like how I gauge where I'm gonna put a loop, right? Like I just work with the ring as it's being developed. Like I don't really have a plan other than the beads I'm going to use. Okay, so this is 5 seed beads. And what could we use for some balance? Oh, let's do another bugle. We haven't done but one. Come on, buddy. There we go. And again, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and on the right side, this time I'm gonna go all the way out. So I'm doing a loop on that first bead, and I'm gonna do a loop on the second bead, and it looks like I could use some silver over here. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and whoa, those have got, and that guy's just too big. Now I would have used that. I did not realize how big that guy was. And honestly, if I wanted to go back and put him in there, I could, but I didn't. Okay, I need a silver. Where's a silver bead? I need something in the silver family. What's this guy? Okay, here, we could do that. Here's this little guy. And let's do, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 4, 5. And right side of the bead and all the way out. Okay, that's great. And then we'll turn it. I'm gonna turn in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna do some more, looks like I need some more long. So we'll pick up 7 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at our color palette. What do we got going on here? Ooh, that might be too, light for what I got going on. Oh my goodness, choices. So let's get the big guys out of there because I know I'm not going to use those. Oh, I haven't used a big, well, let's not go too big. Let's do that. And then another 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over the eye, and let's see what this does. Okay, and we'll do 7 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we've got some copper, we got some gold, we got little pieces of silver. I feel like we need something maybe another teal. Are we too close to the teals? I don't know. I don't think you could ever do too much teal. So we'll do another one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over the eye, back through the right side and all the way out. Helping to guide that wildfire. So stinking pretty. Okay, so we got one more row, so we're going to turn. And right, let's see, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, let's finish the 7th row. We definitely want one here on the end. So you can kind of see how, you know, you get an intuitive direction on where to put the loops after a while. You kind of know like, oh, okay, I need one right there to balance everything. So in here, I guess the big question is, do I feel, I'm going to go with 5 seed beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the big question, we don't need another bugle because we're good there, and we already got that on that side. We got gold, we got teal. Where's that purple one that I started with? Because that was really gorge. Is this it maybe? I think it's good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna go back through that first bead, and let me spread out here to kind of see. Okay, I'm going to go all the way out again. Now again, if I get this done and I find holes, I can weave back in and I can add. So, okay, so let's do another, pick up 5 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and okay, what do we got? Did we do? No, we'll do that color. Okay, we'll do that. So 1, 2, let's see, 3. Okay, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then all the way out. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at how fun and pretty. So let me just see if I feel like let me put like where, I don't know. Am I gonna wear it on this finger? If I wear it on this finger, right, so let's see how that's gonna, I might turn it around. Well, no, I got a big one there and a big one there. So I feel like the balance is pretty good. So what I'm gonna do now, the next, really wanted to focus on the loops. So we'll go ahead and we'll weave all of this back to the end here. I mean, it could also be the top, but we're gonna go back to this first row. All right, so I'm just weaving back and forth. And the next step after this will be to actually form the ring. And so you don't want to cut, you don't want to cut this extra thread off. because we're gonna need it to sew the two ends together in the next video. But there's your loops. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful, I can't wait to wear this. So pretty, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. So let me just bring back in some of these other rings that I had all over. I mean, this one is one of my all-time favorites. Look at all the, these are Swarovski, by the way, with seed beads. This is gosh, old, maybe 10 years old, this ring. I made that one a long, long time ago. And let's put this, my big chunky monkey, because I love this ring. This is like a, when you have one of those really cool, you know, books on the coffee table, right, with all the pretty pictures. So this, yeah, this is like the cocktail ring. This is all chips, amethyst chips. And this is a huge go-to for me in the summer. I love the palette, but look at all these. So you could really get an idea of just adding more seed beads or using less, what kind of a look you're going to have. And then of course the decorative beads, the Czech glass or the gemstones just really help to set them all apart. All right, master your loops, and then I will show you how to secure the two ends together. Pretty simple, just like stitching. Thank you. Can't wait to see what you make. Sparkle on, my friends, sparkle on.